I'll say this. What Joy is up to is nothing more than selfish personal publicity gain right now. She wants to attach her name to Carrie Underwood's name so that she maintains relevance because they know the ship is sinking.
The View is not a moral authority on anything. I mean, the day I look to Joy Behar for life advice is the day I retire.
It's as though the election never stopped for them, and they just cling to...
Late-night comedy shows are falling off, and some are already on the verge of cancellation because nobody's watching. It's only a matter of time before they're gone for good. And The View? That show might not last much longer either. Carrie Underwood just did what plenty of people have been waiting for. She slapped them with a $900 million defamation lawsuit. Now, things are about to get real for the long-running talk show. For years, The View has. For years, The View has said whatever they wanted about celebrities, politicians, and public figures, all while acting like it's just their opinion. They throw out accusations, stir up drama, and when they get called out, they either backtrack or mumble a half-hearted apology before moving on like nothing happened. It all started when Carrie Underwood sang America the Beautiful at Donald Trump's inauguration. Let's be clear, this wasn't a political statement. It wasn't a rally, a campaign event, or some big celebration of Trump. It was just a presidential inauguration, something artists have been performing at for decades, no matter who's in office. But The View didn't see it that way. They made it seem like singing at the inauguration meant Carrie Underwood was fully backing Trump, his policies, and everything he stood for. Make it make sense. What should have been a non-issue turned into a full-blown scandal. The View painted her as some right-wing extremist just for stepping on that stage. Instead of sticking to the truth, they twisted the story into something completely different. They didn't just share opinions, they flat out lied. Here's the truth, Carrie Underwood has always stayed out of politics. She's never been the type to pick sides or make big political statements. When she agreed to sing at the inauguration, she made it clear why. She said she was doing it because the country needed unity and had to look forward, not backward. Some fans weren't happy about it, but plenty of them were. So let's put this in perspective. They acted like Carrie was suddenly going to become a MAGA icon, raking in money from it. I get why they might think that, but it's not that simple. Personally, I wouldn't have done it, even though I can't speak for others. I just wouldn't normalize him. Carrie said she loves our country, and that's why she agreed to perform, but the worst part was how The View spoke about it like they knew everything about her life and career. Let's talk about the mockery for a second, because it wasn't just wrong, it was personal. They laughed at her, rolled their eyes, and made snide comments about her career. They acted like she was irrelevant just because she sang at an event they didn't like. One host even said, "She made her bed, now she has to lie in it," as if Carrie had done something wrong. Another claimed she dug her own grave and said her days as a mainstream artist were over. What Carrie did is something so many artists have done before. She didn't turn down an invitation from the president. The hypocrisy here is wild. If it had been a different president, from a different party, would they have reacted the same way? Would they have supported someone who's a convicted felon and has tried to harm the country? I just don't get how you can say you love your country and still back someone like that. Carrie just wants to sing. She wants to perform and make people feel good, and I really respect that. Then there's Dolly Parton. When she was asked if she's a feminist, she said, "I don't think so." But when she was asked again, she finally said, "Yeah, I guess I am." I remember asking her if she thought women should get paid the same as men, and she said, "Yeah, I guess I am a feminist." People really feel strongly about this stuff, but for me, art is just art. It should speak for itself. You have every right to perform wherever you want, but they didn't go after Beyoncé when she sang at Obama's inauguration, or Lady Gaga when she performed for Biden. But when it came to Carrie, they went all in. Now, they're about to face the music. Fast forward to today, and The View is scrambling. After months of acting like they did nothing wrong, they finally tried to apologize. But let's be real, it wasn't really an apology. It was more like one of those. It was a weak attempt to avoid legal trouble. They didn't take responsibility or admit the harm they caused. Instead, they threw out some vague statement about how their comments were misunderstood and maybe they went too far. But Carrie wasn't having any of it. She didn't buy their empty words. Instead, She pushed the legal process forward and made it clear she wants this to go to trial. She's not after a quick settlement, and she's not trying to. Higher administration make it make sense they took what should have been a non-issue and turned it into a scandal, painting Carrie as some sort of right-wing extremist just for stepping on that stage instead of reporting the facts. The hosts of The View twisted the story into something. I can't sing at all, and honestly, I haven't been asked. But if I were, it'd be a hard no. Not that they're asking me, but still. People do what they do for their own reasons. Just like Joe and Ma did what they felt was right, I have to stand behind them. And I stand behind Carrie too, whether people agree or not. If I believe in something, I'll back it up. I believe everyone has the right to decide where they want to perform. Even if I'm not interested, I have to support that choice. Doesn't mean I'll be watching, though. That's just me. I've got a spa day planned, and I'm not even going to say what else I've got going on. It's been in the works for a while. Who knew today would end up being the day it all came together? It's actually kind of an interesting day, especially with the Jays. Carrie wants this to be out in the open. She wants The View to face the music, and this goes beyond just her. It's about all the celebrities, artists, and public figures who've been unfairly slandered by the media. Talk shows like The View have gotten away with spreading lies, tearing people down, and creating false stories with no real consequences. It's honestly crazy. You can honor him however you want, as long as we're still in a free country, and right now we are. I agree with that. But it's up to us to make sure that doesn't start to change. We need to keep fighting for that freedom. It's important to remember that we still have that right, and it's on us to protect it. Carrie wants the consequences to be out in the open, and this is bigger than just her. It's about every celebrity, artist, and public figure who's been unfairly slandered by the media. Shows like The View have used their platforms to spread lies, tear people down, and twist the truth without facing any real consequences. It's crazy. And let's be honest, this isn't just about The View anymore. This could be a turning point for the whole talk show industry. The View isn't the only one doing this, far from it. Shows like these have built their reputation on creating drama, pushing their own stories, and twisting the truth. They hide behind phrases like allegedly and sources say, but the damage they cause is real. Careers have been destroyed, reputations ruined. If Carrie wins this lawsuit, and honestly, she has a strong case, it could change everything. How many other celebrities have been slandered by The View and similar shows? How many artists, musicians, politicians, and public figures have had their names dragged through the mud, only to be mocked and ignored when they try to speak up? How many have just taken it, thinking they had no way to fight back? If The View ends up paying $900 million, other celebrities are definitely going to pay attention. For Oh Minnie,